All right, let's do it. So here we have the all new Storm Audio ISP MK2. This is a product further refined from Storm's ISP series, which is the Immersive Sound Processor. Now this product is designed and built all in France, and its actually purpose is to be of the finest home cinema audio processors in the world. And the audio processor's job is to really manage and designate the sound around the room, and it's certainly responsible for effectively controlling and not driving, because the power amp I guess drives the speaker, but controls the signal. And this thing's got quite a few channels on board, because with immersive sound we've gone from 5.1, then we've gone to 7.1, then we're going to Dolby Atmos, which is typically like a 7.1.4, 4 being the overhead channels. But we can go further than that. Atmos can go further, DTS:X, IMAX enhanced, which is super exciting. IMAX is a big deal. So how many channels do we have on this one? We're going to give it a moment. Now on the front, pretty simple, pretty clean looking. It's got a nice display there, which gives us some good heads up, but we really control these guys via the computer web interface. It's quite advanced. Let's see what we've got on the back here. Mike spins them around. Holy moly. Holy moly. All right, so first of all, let's look at HDMI. I mean, this is how we connect these days. So we've got 7 of these guys, 2 output, and they are indeed with the latest HDMI technology. And that whole board can be swapped out. So you're not limited with the board that it has now. In 5 years' time, who knows? We might need HDMI 3.1, most likely. So we've got actually some internal fan and cooling. These things are all completely regulated and monitored, should I say. So you can actually log in and see exactly how this guy's performing. Head office of the installer. So we've got normal connectors, analog left and right. We've got digital inputs, whole bunch of triggers and automation. Maybe a little bit surprising, we don't have analog inputs, but I'll have to double check my training module. But I think there's a good chance that you can see these panels here are also modular. So it's possible we can get balanced input. Oh, here we are over here. Okay, I thought I was missing it. So input XLR, downmix output. This is kind of cool actually, because if you're running surround sound in the cinema, of course you are, and you have, say, the foyer or the loo, where someone might have to sneak out of the movie and they have to go, to the candy bar or the toilet, then this downmix output gives the movie soundtrack in stereo, and you can pipe stereo to all those auxiliary areas that are linked to the cinema. So I do like this feature. Analog input, that makes a lot of sense. I was wondering where that was. You can actually run digital output. Now this is not the digital model, but you can run the AVBT, I think that's the right name of it, digital output stream. So if you had digital speakers, such as powered active monitors or say Meridian audio, you can talk to it all digitally. And in doing so, you could choose not to run the analog outputs and all the DACs involved here, and have a pure digital preamp. Just how, the Dolby, like the CP850 Dolby has a digital output. It doesn't actually have analog outputs, which means that you get your digital input here. The processor works out the channel, works out the DSP, the management, the timing, the delays, the EQ, and instead of sending it out by analog, it sends out via a digital signal. And then the speaker, say surround left channel, just codes into the surround left digital signal, amplifies itself, job done. It doesn't actually know what all the other channels are doing. That is still the job of the cinema processor. All right, guys, so we've been around the whole back panel of this thing, and let's get to the bit that, the meaty bit here, which makes it quite unique, is we've got 16 channels of output in this module alone. And indeed, you're wondering if it's true. It is true. There's another 16 channels of output in this module, which means this is indeed a 32 channel processor. Now, what can we, there head giveaway. So these are independent channels. Now, some audio formats say might run up to 24 independent actual channels. So you think, well, okay, you know, if we're limited to a discrete output of 24 from, say, some soundtracks like the Dolby bed or main mix, what do you do with the extra channels? Well, you may have multiple rows of seats, so you can actually fill in extra surround channels or back channels. Even better, and what we're doing in our showroom is we are using many subwoofer outputs. So we could run the quad subs, which is nice, but we could also do what we call associated bass, which is where, say, the surround left and right channels, so let's say we go surround left and we go wide left. Now on the left wall, we want extra bass, so we can then have an associated subwoofer to get the bass out of these guys into the sub, and we have all our more range of information running out of, say, the left wall. It's a little bit complex. I'll do another video on that.